friend Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review, and hopefully you are going to be hearing this one. I'll explain the joke in a minute, but before we get to babbling, I just want to ask you to like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because that is what we try to do here. We try to talk about bands we love and keep the music alive and just keep talking about it. And ironically, the reason I say hopefully you're hearing this is because this is one of those bands that likes to block everything about them. It's like they don't want to keep their music alive. It's very strange. You've probably heard many other YouTubers or people just talking about it, but I don't know what it is about. I don't know if it's just Don Henley or it's the rest of the guys that are publishing, whatever, but they like to block everything about them, especially the music. So that's one of the reasons I can't play music on this channel, is because these artists, they just, I don't know what it is, they love to block anything that has their music in it, or, you know, I don't know, it's just strange. Like, you got these artists that are out there, we love them, we want to talk about them, we want to play their stuff, but they don't want you to do it. And this is one of those bands that's like really bad at it. But love them anyways. It's actually funny because one of the very first cassettes I ever bought with my own money was the Eagles' Greatest Hits. And that's what we're talking about today, is the Eagles and their new, I don't know what this is, Super Deluxe Edition, I think they're calling this one, of One of These Nights. It's got a new 2025 remix, I guess, and then it's got a live concert on here. The last one, apparently, with Bernie Leadon in it, from September 28th, 1975. But quite honestly, it's been a long time since I've listened to this album. So when I heard it was being announced, I'm like, wow, it's just a good excuse to get it and listen to it again, because I actually really did like this album when it first came out, but I've probably been listening to this album since, man, late 80s. I mean, I have not pulled this album out in a very long time. But listening to it again, I don't know why, because it's actually a really good album. One of These Nights, the song, is actually one of my favorite Eagles songs. So just listening to that again, it starts out with that cool bass part. One of the reasons I really like playing bass is because the songs like this, they have their own unique style. It's a weird, I would refer to songs sometimes as being weaved together, like the parts on their own may not sound like all that, you know, identifiable or whatever, but sometimes when you take all the parts and you just weave them together, it makes this amazing thing. And for me, that's what One of These Nights, the song, actually did. So just listen to that again. It sounded great. I did not A/B the mix compared to the original mix on this, but I can say that I did really enjoy the remix of this. Everything, especially the bass, was like right up front and full sounding. Lyrics, especially the background vocals, because that's one thing the Eagles are really known for, is their amazing harmonies. Crisp, clean. It had a very wide, spacious mix. It didn't sound like, I don't know, narrow at all. I, of course, listened to this with headphones on, and it just had this wide, spacious mix to it. I actually thought they did a good job with it, but like I said, I did not A/B it, so comparing it to the original mix, I can't tell you how much different it was, but I really did enjoy the remix of it, and just re-finding songs that I never really paid much attention to. There's Too Many Hands in Hollywood Waltz. Were never big hits or anything like that. Enjoyed those, but the one that I'd kind of forgotten about is Journey of the Sorcerer. That was just a cool, weird thing to have in the middle of an album like that. And so early on, those songs, like, went from like this huge, big, catchy song to these other kind of like, I don't want to call them album tracks, but they're odd. They weren't going to be singles by any means, but they're good songs. They're just strange, almost like soundscapey type music, like you'd hear in a movie soundtrack or something like that, especially Journey of the Sorcerer, like an old Western or something. I don't know, kind of the vibe it gave me. But then, of course, we have like giant hits like Lion Eyes and Take It to the Limit, which, you know, anytime that song comes on the radio, you got to see if you can hit all those high notes at the very end of it, like that super high one at the very end of it. It's like, it's fun to try to hit. And then, you know, it ends with like 3 songs that people just really don't talk about very much. You never hear them mention Visions, After the Thrill Is Gone, and I Wish You Peace. And what a strange way to end an album. Strange, it's not a normal way to end an album, but just a nice, calm, peaceful song. I don't even know how to explain that one. Just ends very softly, let's put it that way. And so it flows very well. It's kind of strange, the album itself, but it flows really nice. It was actually really nice to listen to again. It was almost like listening to a brand new album, even though I knew obviously the huge hits on it, and have heard it before, but it had been all so long that it was like listening to an album all over again. But what I really wanted this for was the Live at Anaheim Stadium. Apparently this is all unreleased. I don't have it, so on a bootleg or anything that I'm aware of. I quite honestly have not collected a lot of Eagles bootlegs over the years, even though it's like strangely one of the first bands I really ever got into. I never really collected a whole lot of bootlegs from these guys, but this is an interesting concert because the last one Bernie did, they kind of changed their style a little bit on the song, introducing a little bit more rock elements to it, and I guess Bernie apparently didn't like that. He liked the more country element. I know there's a big rumor that he walked out and dumped a beer on Glenn Frey's head when he quit. Don't know if that's all true or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. But this is his last show with them. And it also has Joe Walsh guesting on his song Rocky Mountain Way at the end of it. But it was definitely fun listening to this live because you hear how great the musicianship is even early on. I mean, they were a backing band for other bands. Linda Ronstadt's obviously the most popular one. It's the one I think of when I think about people they've backed up. And so you have to be really good to be a backing band for big artists. So listening to them play this and how precise and how really good they were in every aspect, like musically, musicianship, on their instruments, and vocally, how well they reproduced those back vocals and the harmonies live was actually really, really impressive listening to this. And just a weird selection of songs. I mean, you got the big ones, of course, like Take It Easy, One of These Nights, Lion Eyes Take to like the ones off the album were all first half of this, but then you got some really interesting ones that I wasn't expecting to hear, like Outlaw Man, Duel and Dalton, and Desperado are kind of like one long song on here. You'd expect to hear Desperado, but I don't know. Duel and Dalton, if that's one that like I said, I didn't really collect a whole lot of bootlegs from these guys, so that was probably one they played a lot, but I wasn't really thinking too much about it when I first got this, that would be one of the songs to be playing. Old 55 was actually a nice little throw-in there, but then on disc 3 we have a whole bunch of really cool ones that don't really think about much, like Blackberry Blossom, Midnight Flyer, Too Many Hands was on here, Carol, which is who did that song? Was that that's a cover song. I can't remember who the original artist was, but that was interesting hearing that one. I think that one's been out there for people to listen. I did not check it out ahead of time, but I think they released a video for that one. But of course you have like Already Gone, which is one of my favorite all-time Eagles songs, is Already Gone. That's on here. James Dean, which is always a fun song to listen to, A Witchy Woman. And of course I mentioned Rocky Mountain Way with Joe Walsh, which is actually really fun to listen to. Now knowing what that was going to turn into, I imagine people at the time didn't realize what was happening and that he was going to become part of the band. So looking back and hearing the magic there was kind of a fun thing to do. And then they end with The Best of My Love. Just, it's strange that that's like kind of a calm, soothing song as well. The same way the album itself ended, they just end the show with not on a bang, just kind of like all right, here's this, thanks, see you, bye. It's kind of an interesting thing. So anyway, did really enjoy that. So it was fun going back and listening to this album all over again. Hope this video doesn't get blocked. Sorry for ragging on you guys, but man, like, why? I don't understand. This is one of these things, like Don Henley himself, solo, one of my favorite artists' voices in this style of music and just in general. It's funny because sometimes people that I'm friends with and whatever, when we sing and I do it's funny, they joke that I sound like Don Henley. It's not intentional, but so it's just like, I don't know if that's been an influence since I was a kid, just to sing that way or not, but I don't know, just love his songs. All the solo stuff is just, I wish they would let their music be played a little bit more. Just, I don't understand the reasoning behind it. If it were, I'm just thinking, you want people keeping your legacy alive, keeping your music alive. That's like the greatest honor in the world, is having other people play your stuff and keeping your music, your creations alive. But I don't know, that's just my 2 cents. Feel free to tell me what you think of this, or the whole situation with them not letting their music be played anywhere, or whatever you think. That's the place for sharing your thoughts. And until their next, whatever they release next, I don't even know what's in the books for them to do, but I'm sure I'll buy that too. But until then, we will see you.